Tommy, because I will have to call the cops on you.
Why?
Because then the next step for you would be for you to paint your face and then go shooting people in the public, and I can't allow that.
Yeah,
I'm not going to go shooting people.
Well, I don't want to have to call the cops on you, Tommy. I think,
I'm not that kind of person.
We don't know that.
You're not angry, Tommy?
We don't know what type of person.
No, he's not, but maybe Chester is.
Yeah, maybe.
Ooh,
maybe you put that Chester mask on, you start going out and butchering people.
I think maybe Chester only prefers bladed implements. Is that correct, Tommy? Do you know him well enough to be able to speak on his behalf?
Not really. He speaks whenever he wants to speak.
I thought he liked blunt objects.
And that's the reason why I'd call the cops on you.
Hey, I am live on YouTube now with Anything Goes, episode number 20. I'll probably be exiting some of these guys, but just for a few, I want maybe them to stick around for a few. We just did a over 1 hour awesome podcast that really we were just talking about shit. It was really good. It's going to go up on the Corrupted YouTube channel, and portions of it will be edited as well for individual videos, and the audio will go up on Patreon. And also on my Patreon, I just did Morning Madness. But for a little while...
Been a hot mess. Been all over the place.
We were all over the place. But so, Dave, I know that the people listening didn't get to hear all of our opinions on the Joker trailer, because that's going to come out in the video that I upload later. But I do have to ask you, what did you think about the trailer? I assume you liked it.
It was interesting. It's not... See, the problem is also when you... Like, if you really know the comics well and you know the stories of the Joker's origin, because there are multiple and they sort of recently try to capitalize that and basically try to run with it, which I kind of like in a sense that there's a lot of potential for it. I don't want to ruin it for people who haven't read it. There are some good things going on in actual DC comic books these days, so you might want to check it out. But it's interesting. There's some things that are there. I'm a big canon guy. That's the reason why I'm saying this. But when it doesn't accurately match the comic book, I get somewhat disappointed, only in the sense that it's like, okay, they didn't go to that angle.
Well,
but again, I haven't seen
this
it.
This is non-canon as well. This is fully non-canon.
Well, the thing is also Elseworlds stories, which are alternate stories that DC has done for a long time. They're also sort of like the what if that Marvel does.
Yeah, the
which
side
I don't think they've done that in a while. But like again, these alternate, like the good thing about DC is these Elseworld stories. They're actually standalone universes, so they can go back to them and continue stories and stuff. So with these alternate, okay, even if it's alternate for the cinematic audience, the comic book readers, the ones who are primarily going to feed that puppy in the theaters, are aware of this sort of thing. So, yeah, some things don't match. Haven't seen the movie yet. It looks interesting. It looks dark. I'm kind of interested to see what, what's going to evolve and like what specifically like story-wise they're going to try to tell with this tale. And you see him in the trailer actually dyeing his hair green, right? But most of the canon for the Joker is basically that the Joker that faces Batman suffered, chemical wounds when he was trying to run a heist as the Red Hood, and he fell in the vat of acid and he got scarred, and that's how he got to those colors. So I'm interested to see how they discuss why he's choosing to dress himself up in that way with those colors, and what leads him eventually to be the Joker. And maybe we'll see some sort of Batman interaction in this movie. So
did you already see Gotham is releasing their own version of not like they're not calling him the Joker, they're calling him Mr. J.
Yeah, I remember when Gotham first aired, and I was never
Gotham's
a fan
had it
of
for a while.
Gotham to me was again an insult to the canon, trying to rewrite things and make things chic and cool. That's why I never liked Smallville, because again it was like, let's just try to make things cool for like a new audience. It's like, no, you've got like 50, 60 years worth of stories that you could easily tell and do them well that people will still relate to, that you don't need to like pander to audiences and stuff.
Yeah, I don't necessarily love it either. But I don't mind those shows. I don't watch them, so it doesn't bother me. But I get what you're saying. I have one last.
I like it when they have a vision and they go with it, and they don't always have to respond to audience win. You know.
Sorry to interrupt, Jake, but like what gives me sort of joy is knowing that even shows that I'm not really fans of when it comes to like DC properties, like Green Arrow, Supergirl, Flash and stuff, have actually really gone the limit when it comes to doing things right comic-wise, where you've got those massive crossovers where like you've got like these time traveling alternate universe tales, and like to me that's like really bringing the audience, especially casuals, a good fill of comic book history and at least that potential to tell a good story. And I love those crossovers because I think they do a really good job of them, with the DC TV universe. When it comes to the Marvel universe, because everything has been sort of stuck on Netflix and stuff, you don't really get to see too many crossovers unless it's what was the one on Netflix?
I forget the name of it now. Where it had Jessica Jones and
exactly
Punisher and Daredevil. I forget the name of it. But
listen, I gotta move on because I'm gonna do my anything. I'm doing my anything goes show right now. I'm gonna hang up on everybody and guys in the chat. I'm about to talk to you guys, and I encourage you guys. We all just did an hour podcast to be subscribed to my corrupted YouTube channel and Patreon. But Dave, before I let you guys go, and Tommy NC 2010's here, Jake was here, dude, we had such a good thing today. We could go on for hours, and I want to. And hopefully we can do this more often, a little bit earlier, and do it longer. But one last question about TV and stuff. I want to bring this up to Dave, especially, but all of you really. This is really a unique situation that I've never seen before. And maybe you guys aren't even as big of fans as I am, but what do you think? I don't know, Dave, are you aware of what Star Trek has to do with their canon and how they basically have to make everything a little bit different because of the licensing agreement between like Viacom or whatever and CBS and
I'm aware
Paramount.
that the movie franchise and the TV franchise must be different, but it is more on the onus is more on the movie franchise to make it different. The TV one basically has the authority to sort of dictate.
But they
canon terms.
They put the new TV Discovery under the canon almost of the movie. So
not officially though.
But Discovery, in order to get the toy licensing, has to follow the same rules as the movie. Like it has to be 30% or 20% different.
Well, that's the arrangement that they made, but bottom line is NBC gets to dictate canon. They're the ones that actually get to dictate what is reality, and I do not consider anything of Discovery canon, reality. It's fucking utter garbage. I watched first episode of season 2, pure garbage. I'm not gonna fucking bother ever again with that piece of shit show.
Dude, the other day, the episode that killed the show for me was yesterday. I watch it anyway, but Spock legit said,
I heard he's a killer now.
Well, I mean, basically, but it's what he said that bothered me. He seems like Spock, maybe, but not quite. And then he says this. His sister, which that's a whole nother thing, his so-called sister says, she punched a guy in the face and like made him bleed and everything. And she's in the room boxing something. And Spock comes in and stands there and is watching her. And she goes, I know I shouldn't have done that, but I lost my whatever. And then Spock goes, I wish I could have been there to see it. And he kind of smiles at her like it's okay. And I was like, what the fuck kind of sick, weird interaction is that? Like, Spock would never have said, yes, I wish I was there to see you punch a guy in the face. Like, when we're first introduced to Spock, I'm sorry, that is not Spock. I don't care what people say. That's not him. He would have said, like, you're irrational. Like, you need to, like, something like that. Like, so it was, God damn it. But here's the thing. The Picard series falls under the Discovery guys as well. Robert Orkai or whatever that guy is, they're all in charge of the same thing. So the Picard series has to be like 30% different as well.
But well, here's the thing though. At least the Picard series is actually a response to the utter failure that is Discovery, and they realized they needed to go back to the working equation, which was TNG, post TNG. That's what everyone was waiting for when fucking Voyager came out, when fucking Enterprise came out, people were like, no, we want to see post TNG. So this is an addressing that in regards to the failure that is Discovery. But let's hope to God that they recognize their errors, their mistakes, and they know how to proceed with giving people what it is that they want. Because, supposedly Picard is an ambassador in this series. And first of all, I think that Janeway should have been fucking thrown right in the brig as soon as she got back, not fucking given Admiral over fucking Captain Picard. But the story is that Ambassador Picard is going to be involved in some method while running a ship, probably in a more diplomatic manner. I hope to God they don't infuse their SJW bullshit into this, because it will ruin the one final vestige of value that TNG that Star Trek really has in our minds.
Yeah, no, I think they will, honestly, dude. I mean, they've already got Patrick Stewart saying this will be a very different Picard than what anyone remembers.
Oh God,
he said that multiple times. This will be a Picard that you've never seen, that you may not recognize this Picard. It's been 20 years, And while normally you could say that, and that's like, yeah, of course not. Will have changed a little bit, of course, but you know why he's saying that. He's saying that because it has to be a different Picard, because he can't be the same Picard. There's a donation.
That's right.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Daniel?
With there being a new Joker who will be the new
Jordy.
Batman,
I love to see
I think
big
it'll be John Hamm. Also, what are some movies that you guys love regardless of how bad they are? Keep up the great work, and Jake, can I come out of my cage?
Yes, you can. Daniel Bryan's third nipple, come on out of your cage.
I didn't hear the donation.
I'm sorry, yeah, you can't hear them. He was saying, like, what are the other movies?
I was referring to Picard being a cuck.
Well, of course, Beverly. Well, my thing was he's gay. He'll come out as gay or something, that he realized he's actually bisexual.
Why are they ruining this?
I'm telling you, like, because he'll be like, well, I'm actually pansexual. And that's how they get the Patrick Stewart to do it. I think I'll be also, where's the movies that you guys love regardless of how bad they are? I don't know. I like The Rock, and that movie's kind of, it's not bad though, but it's
UHF. I love that movie.
UHF is ridiculous. Tommy loves a whole bunch of bad movies, I bet. Right, Tommy?
I mean, I like different kind of movies. There's different movies I like that.
Did you like Ray?
Oh my God, dude! Like different vegetables, guys. I am telling you, you will die when you hear what Tommy said earlier. I'm gonna upload it on my other YouTube and Patreon. Right, Tommy?
Mm-hmm.
Tommy, need to go back to school on your vegetables, huh? Need to go back to school and learn what vegetables are what? I love you, Tommy. You killed me, though, dude. You killed me. I can't wait for people to hear.
I can only imagine.
Oh, Dave, I can't wait for people to hear
I
this.
would like to draw a penis on your forehead, Joe.
You are 5. No, I'm sorry, Tommy, but no. I am going to run. I want to do these things again. I really had fun. I'm so happy. It was really a surprise that I was able to get Jake, Dave, at some point at the end, and then Tommy, all you guys, all day. I like the Joker trailer, though. I'm going to go see it. It certainly looks better than Jared Leto shit. And
Yep.
Tommy, your final thoughts on that real quick?
Epic, amazing explosion of the eyes.
What the fuck? Jesus Christ, that's a clip. Explosion of the eyes is going to be clipped. All right, Dave, Tommy, I'll talk to you guys later, man. Good to talk to you guys today. Thank you.
All right. See ya.
All right, later, boys.
Bye.
All right, now it's just me, you guys. Tonight is out of nowhere at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, U.S. But now it's, I ranted on a bunch of shit today. I put up a new episode on Patreon of Morning Madness, which I definitely suggest you guys go check it out. Some of the old school people were gotten to by the evil doers of the world. And we could definitely use some more support on Patreon, but we had our best month ever last month. But to keep it going, we need you guys to sign up on Patreon and check out the content. Give it a look. 30 hours of bonus content a month. I don't think anybody provides as much Patreon content as I do. Nobody ever has. Nobody ever will, I believe. I don't think. Unless they're like a big network and they have like 90 different people working for them. So please check out my Patreon. I put up so much content on there that I don't want you guys to miss it. It's funny. The Corrupted Podcast, me and Leah's podcast, JB and me and Justin Bailey are killing it. We're going to have more new episodes of the Bailey and Cronin Show coming. We're going to have our new live show. Everyone, me and Bailey always have gone live at random times, and especially in the mornings, me and Bailey have always wanted to do one. And so we've been releasing those shows, but we may be going live. We're trying to go live once a week at least. So that show will be released, on Patreon episodes, couple episodes a week. But we're also going to try to go live one time during the week, live in the morning at some point, so we can actually interact with you guys. But then the rest of the shows throughout the week will be recorded on the podcast, of course. I don't know what the fuck this guy just tweeted me, but I wanted to say something to him, and now I don't know what the hell he's talking about. What the fuck is this? Yeah, did Tommy drop the N-word in his recent rap? I don't know. But what's up to the chat? How you guys doing? You guys alive today? Is everybody here? We're not getting the alert? Sometimes YouTube doesn't like to alert people. Also JR goes to AEW, so that's awesome. We pretty much knew that was going to happen. We've been making videos about going to AEW and all that stuff for a while. Somebody said, Joe, JR took your job as commentator. Well, what are you going to do? He's a legend. What am I, a guy? Does bingo halls? What's up, everybody? What's up, Omega? But yeah, me and Tommy and Jake, we just did a epic 1.5 hour show that I recorded that you guys are going to be able to hear. If you're patrons, you'll be able to download the audio in a little while. If you're on the Corrupted Podcast YouTube channel, which is going to be renamed soon. I do want to give everybody the heads up. I will be renaming the Corrupted YouTube channel to something else. I don't yet know what the name is, but it's going to happen eventually. So that's just a little heads up for everybody out there. What's up, Steve Callan? How you doing, man? I did not buy Tommy anything yet. I probably should get him something, but I'm not going to buy him fries, though. Enable that stuff for him. God, I don't know about that. I'm looking forward to the Joker movie, yeah. That's why we spend so much time talking about it. Except for we talked about it off-air recording, so that you guys won't hear that until I put it up. We talked about the Joker movie, UFOs, all kinds of crazy shit. It was a good podcast. You're really gonna like it, I think, if you like podcasts. I had Jake DeMarco, me, and Tommy. It's great. And Tommy, man, I'm telling you, there is some gold. Like, you are gonna. Goddamn, is it funny? The stuff he said, dude. Oh my God, I can't wait for people to hear it. It's so funny. And yeah, he's wearing the same clothes. What's up, bro? How you doing, Mike? Good to hear from you, man. I'm looking forward to having to cover WrestleMania, man. I'm going to be live nonstop, starting from Thursday night and on, man. Thursday night throwdown on Thursday tonight. It's going to be a lot of shit.
Chat party.
Will Tactics.
Joe, ya fuck. Yo, bro. At the park with my boy.
Hell yeah, Will. Have a good day at the park, man. That's awesome. Oh, man, it's a pretty good day out here, too. It's not too bad. So, I really, I think you'll have a good time. Thanks for dropping me $2, man. I appreciate the donation while you're at the park. Matt Moon, what's up in the chat? How you doing? What are your thoughts on Emma? My opinion should be in AEW. Yeah, I believe Emma should be in the AEW. God, what's her real name again? Dashwood? Talina Dashwood? I can't remember now. Tennille Dashwood. There we go. Couldn't quite remember her name for some reason. Right now, I'm just trying to get the audio to render, because the audio's... There's so much audio to render with that last podcast. It's friggin' insane. And trying to get compression on it, dude, because Tommy's, snorting during half of it, just making noises like that. We are going to do our WrestleMania and NXT. Well, I don't know if we're going to do NXT, but we're going to do at least our WrestleMania predictions tonight on Out of Nowhere. So that's going to be big. It's going to be a big Out of Nowhere tonight. Juan Huerta. What's up, man? How you doing? It's going to be a big one tonight. 8 hours Mania, get ready for a marathon. Yeah, every year, man, it's a damn marathon. Joe, are you going to live react to Mania? You know, Jake Roberts. Is it really the Jake Roberts I remember? Because one time a hooker died in the hotel room, and I just said, Vince, I don't know what to do. Vince made a call. Next thing you know, they're rolling her up in a carpet, and they're bringing her down to some guy Vinny's house. No, I don't know, Jake. I probably will, yes. I probably will live stream it because it will be fun to interact with everybody, with you guys. Obviously, it's going to be, people will be super chatting probably, so it should be a profitable thing to do. So, like, it will just be so much fun to be live during WrestleMania. Hopefully it doesn't distract me too much from watching the show and then jumping onto my live review, but I think I'm going to have to pull double duty and do it. I think it's going to have to be done. So, I believe so. Joey Ryan, you can touch his penis for $30. Yeah, that's bizarre. But, hey, any way to make a buck, man, you know? Any way to make $1, man. You can't hate on Mr. Joey Ryan for that. Finally, Jim Ross going to AEW. We knew it was going to happen. There it is. Will he be more in charge of talent, or will he be doing commentary? Will there be a 3-man commentary team? I don't know. Will there be a 2-man commentary? What do you guys want? I don't know. I think Jim Ross complimenting on commentary with a new fresh face commentator along with some kind of color guy would be what I would do to start. But that's just me. By the way, yeah, stick the thumb up my ass if you'd like. Wish I could get felt up for $30. Yeah, me too. Hell yeah. What if the turkeys ate us? I get felt up all the time with the turkeys ate us donation. It's $29. It's pretty close to 30. But I'm just here for you guys. Whatever you want to ask, whatever you want to talk about real quick. I put up Morning Madness on Patreon. That is a good episode. I talked about a lot of stuff, including the new Amazon blimp video and what Amazon's going to be doing, and just a lot of questions, personal shit, and all kinds of things on Patreon that I talked about. So I look forward to you guys hearing that. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about the Jim Ross AEW stuff, but your Royal Rumble and Fastlane was booming that night. Yeah, you're right, Kevin. Yeah, that's why I really should go live. You bring up a good point with that. I got buried for doing that by some people, but I don't know, people liked it. So I don't know what to say. I didn't do anything wrong. I just streamed. I've streamed live before on the WWE events before, and had a good time. Casey Rose, happy birthday! Happy birthday, Casey Rose. Jake Roberts, yeah, I don't like 3-mans usually either, but I'm not sure. A trade war with China and America from Dave Rose. Man, that's a whole show right there. You know, you poke one, the other pokes back. You poke one, you poke the other one, pokes back. You know, at some point you almost just want to say, you know, we're going to have to sit down and talk and rehash this whole thing out. You know, and that's what I think that's what they would hope it would lead to. It's like, hey, listen, I think we're being treated unfairly, so now I'm doing this. Oh, yeah, you're doing that? Well, now we're doing this. Oh, yeah, well, now we're going to do this. Oh, yeah, well, now we'll do this. And what it leads to is chaos, war, or it leads to basically both parties being like, hey, you know what? Let's sit back down again and rewrite this whole thing, because we've gotten to the point where things are so bad now that you need to sit down and now negotiate all over again. That's my opinion. I don't know if that's going to happen, though. Yeah, I probably will be streaming a watch-along with WrestleMania. Hey, Cade Jackson. Thanks, Cade. Yeah, I know over in Sweden it's probably tough to stay up all night and watch my reviews too. Because it's like, oh, what time is it there? When it's like 11 and 12 here, it's daytime there, so that's not bad. So we're all going to ignore the fact that WrestleMania main event is for the women's title. What do you mean? I mean, we know it. They're going to unify the belts. That's pretty cool. CJ Crumb, how many years do you plan to keep watching WWE? I mean, as long as I can. I've been watching since I was 5 in 1988, or 4 in 1988 or so. I'm going to keep on watching. Yeah, the hit piece on Oliver, yeah, it does seem weird. Linda McMahon leaves. So the timeline is this. Linda McMahon leaves Trump's cabinet. And lots of people were like, good, she's leaving because of the Special Olympics stuff. But no. Linda McMahon left Trump's cabinet so she could be involved in the Super PAC stuff, which means Linda McMahon is going to help campaign for Donald Trump for 2020. So Linda McMahon is leaving the cabinet to help with his fundraising and his campaigning of 2020. That was just announced last week. Now, as soon as it's announced, a week later or so, John Oliver randomly has this weird hit piece out on WWE that seems like it's 8 years too late, right? A lot of the stuff he's bringing up is like stuff from that you could bring up years ago. Now, is a lot what he said kind of true? Yeah. But it seemed out of place and it seemed weird. It was like, why is he bringing this up now? This is very strange. It seemed like it was 8 years too late. And I couldn't figure out why. But now we know why. John Oliver, and I'm not saying that this is good or bad or don't watch him or love him. I kind of think he's funny. But John Oliver tends to be very political, and he attacks the right-wing people a lot. He's always spewing some shit about whatever the hell with his agenda. I would never watch I would never watch Fox News because of their agenda. I would never watch CNN because of their agenda. I pretty much can't watch John Oliver because of his agenda. But I was trying to figure out, why is John Oliver steering away from bashing the right and Trump to do some funny piece on WWE? I don't get it. Why is he doing that? Isn't all he does political agenda comedy? Like, it's like comedy hidden. They're actually trying to get their real points out there now through comedy and late night shows because they know no one watches the news anymore. The news has been made. The news has been made as clearly them manipulating you. And because that's been made, now they manipulate you through the comedy shows. That's why the comedy shows aren't really that funny anymore. But I was like, why would he take his time out to do this? And then it became evident, oh yes, a week ago, Linda became at the campaign. Oh my God, that's why he's attacking WWE. We get it. So yeah, it is a very weird and sick thing, but it's true. And then WWE invited him to go to WrestleMania. Oh, come on down, go to WrestleMania, see what it's all about, as if that's what John Oliver... imagine John Oliver in the front row, he's looking around like, oh, you're right, everything I said was wrong now. Look at all the lights. It's like, no, what John Oliver said was right, as far as the wrestlers go, and some of the things he said was right, and was funny. But I wondered why it happened, and there's the real reason why it happened. It wasn't because John Oliver cares about wrestlers. John Oliver doesn't really care about wrestlers. John Oliver doesn't really care about insurance. John Oliver really doesn't care about injuries. John Oliver really doesn't care about the McMahon's morality. John Oliver cares about using people for his agenda, like many other people do. People see people as pets. It's unbelievable. That being said, I think I'm going to get out of here. Guys, it was a fun little thing here we did. It was interesting. I feel like YouTube isn't sending out my videos right now to anybody.
Linda is to blame for everything.
Linda is to blame for everything. Jacob, what's up, Jacob? Maybe. You know what I watched, though, the other day with Linda was I was going back to WrestleMania 17, and I remember how funny it was that night on Mania 17 when she had been in that comatose state, Jacob, and she's just like... And then finally she sits up at WrestleMania 17 after Vince rolls her in the ring and kicks Vince in the balls. Dude, when she stands up, that crowd blows up, dude. That crowd pops crazy for Linda McMahon. And for the moment. It's really good. It's a really good moment. That payoff ended up being huge. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy shit. Yeah, John Oliver gets handed a script every week. That's true. Well, it's true because they sent it to the WWE because they wanted their opinion. They wanted the WWE to say something dumb. So that all that stuff he said was already written. That tells you how fake it is. A lot of the stuff we say here, I'm just making shit up right now. I'm saying stuff off the top of my head. These people don't do that. They read it. They have a script of jokes that they're going to plant in there to change your head. Linda killed wrestling years ago, someone says. Oh, Steve Langenheim. I don't know. Linda McMahon just seems like doesn't have anything to do with anything, you know? Linda McMahon was funny, man. Remember when fucking Kane tombstoned her? Oh, my God, dude. Jacob, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. But, yeah. Back to work, guys. Have fun. Viewed this. Have fun at work in Massachusetts, my friend. Goddamn, I remember when I was working 3 jobs during doing this show and working 3 different jobs or 2 different jobs. Like, goddamn, I remember I'd have to run out during my break to make a video about wrestling. Like, hey guys, did you hear this guy? AJ Styles is coming to the WWE. I just remember having to run outside all the time, and it was such a pain in the ass. God damn it. And then I'd go back into work, and my boss would be like, fucking suck my dick. And then I would, because that's what I did. Anyway, yeah, see you guys tonight on Out of Nowhere. I'll talk to you guys later. I had a good podcast earlier with Jake, Tommy, me, and Dave. It's really good. It's going up on Patreon in the next hour, so look for that there. Enjoy it. It's really funny. Tommy, I can't even believe, admitted to something. I have no words. Some of it's going to go up on YouTube as well, on youtube.com/corruptedpodcast. Make sure you sub over there if you like my non-wrestling comedy and stuff like that. And yeah, think about becoming a patron, guys. This show continues because of you guys donating and because of you guys being patrons. There's over 30 hours of content a month on Patreon. So get over there. Episode 157 of Morning Madness is up. And I talked about a bunch of shit. You can download it to your phone. And all 157 other episodes as well. Right-click on this orange link to save as on your computer. Or if you're on your phone, there's a little button over here that will be on your phone where you can just click it and download it to your phone. Or you can hit play. But sometimes when you hit play on it and you just leave it, it like shuts off and stuff because Patreon's fucked with some of their stuff. Doesn't work still the right way. But anyway, just shit bomb. I'll let you know about that.
For the McMahons supposedly being so conservative politically, they sure do a lot of SJW-ish shit in the company.
You know, Abel Salas Jr., they are strange. Abel Salas Jr. They are strange, Abel, because yes, they're pretty conservative, but then yeah, they do this SJW pandering. It is very strange that they go both ways. I almost think that it's because you're seeing Stephanie and Triple H. Stephanie and Triple H are more of that SJW, like corporate, you know, like whatever. They realize they have to do this to like survive as a company, but yet their political values behind the scenes lean conservative. But to me, that I think they're kind of cool in that way because they'll do all these. I don't know if they're cool for it. It's weird. I don't get it. They'll pander to all this hardcore SJW stuff, but then they'll hardcore go the other way with voting for certain business tactics over people's rights and what's I don't know. It is the weirdest thing. They are so strange when it comes to all this because they're I don't know. I guess the best way for me to describe it is they are conservative because all they care about is the bottom line and the money, And if they have to pander to like Special Olympics and stuff like that so that they can grab a buck, they'll do it. I don't know. I'm not really sure, to be honest. It is a conundrum as far as the political stuff because they're extreme in many different ways in the opposite directions. Their opposite extremes are take those and put them together and you have their core values. It seems very strange. It is a political mix unlike you've ever seen in the WWE. I think some of it's good. I think some of the stuff, putting smiles on kids' faces and, doing the Make-A-Wishes and some of the other stuff they do. I don't necessarily like their choice of, cancer, Susan B. Coleman. It'd be nice if they actually went more towards cancer research and not cancer awareness, which is getting people paid with 90% of the money they use going towards awareness and getting people paid in the company to raise awareness. It'd be better if it actually went towards people who have cancer or cancer research, not cancer research awareness. I feel like people are... It's just a way to say, look what we did. Look what we can do. Instead of really doing something. That makes any sense? That being said, I am going to get out of here. We'll see you guys later. Have a good day. And look for those videos coming up in a little while. And I'll see you live tonight for Out of Nowhere at 11 p.m. Eastern Time U.S. Our WrestleMania prediction show live tonight at 11 right here on The Joe Cronin Show. Goodbye, guys.